Hi everyone, welcome back to Real Patriot Patty. I'm your host Patty, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the most recent bill passed in the House on March 13th, 2024 called the TikTok Sell or Ban Bill. Now, this bill supposedly came very abruptly because of a threat of national security from the Chinese. So despite the fact that China for years has been buying out hundreds of thousands of acres of U.S. farmland in our country, buying out land next to military bases, processing plants, energy companies, communication companies, has been infiltrating information through a balloon for days over Montana, traveling across America, Chinese coming over our border, but the app is the problem for the national security of our country. Now, it is not a coincidence that in a few months there's going to be an election, the most important presidential election of all time. And of course, free speech is a big problem for the left and for the Democrats because they want to suppress our ability for free speech. This has been done previously by the government colluding, for example, with Facebook, otherwise known as Meta, and with Google, suppressing information, blocking users, and preventing information from the Republican and conservative side to be shown on social media platforms, in the news, on many different apps, emails, local sources, and many others. So this so-called threat to national security is not addressed by a foreign country buying out our domestic land, products, and companies, but now it's a threat because of an app that has been used by millions of Americans for many years. Now the app is in need to be banned because of national security purposes. Initially, President Trump wanted to ban the app, and everyone said he was crazy, but now the people that called him crazy want to ban the app very abruptly. Why is that? Moreover, on the aspect of national security, they are saying that the app is infiltrating American citizen information. Now, let's acknowledge the fact that every single social media company, every single normal company uses your personal information. They also sell your personal information. They use your information for advertising, for marketing. That is at least what they say. But we all know what it is used for. It is used to spy on us as consumers, as people, to hear and see our private conversations, pictures, and to be able to gather files on us, which, by the way, if you request, FBI has a file on every single one of us for fighting for this country and going against the woke left narrative. So they're trying to sell this to people as they are protecting us from China. Again, if you are protecting us from China, you wouldn't allow a foreign communistic country to be able to do what they have been doing in this country and starting a war against China from within. According to Rand Paul from Kentucky, 60% of TikTok is owned by international investors, 20% is owned by the app developers, another 20% are owned by the employees of the company, including over 7,000 US employees. So the big question is, why do they want to ban TikTok now? Why is there such a big push out of nowhere to ban an app that people have been using for years, millions of Americans, and then saying that it's a national threat to our security, while again, they're selling all of our farmland that is our most precious and important resource? Of course, we know why the reason for that is because they will own everything, we will own nothing. They will be the ones in charge of producing our food with the goal of starving our population. There is a common myth that in this country we have freedom of speech, but in reality, we actually do not. All the information that is the truth, that is coming not from the woke left and the Democrat mob, but it's coming from conservatives, from reputable sources, have been suppressed. We have seen this for years, especially since there are only a few giant corporations, just like with everything, with social media, with food, with housing, that own everything. Furthermore, there is actually a second reason that people have been noticing, and in my opinion is also the truth. And that is eventually to ban Twitter, otherwise known as X. Now, Elon Musk truly saved our humanity. He exposed all the lies and censorship of the left on Twitter, as before he took over, So many users were blocked, they were censored, they were not being able to tell the truth, they were removed for so-called violations, which had nothing to do with violating anything. They wanted to suppress information. Thanks to Elon Musk, when you go on Twitter, you're actually able to learn accurate information. It is not suppressed, it's not censored, and the left hates that. The left wants to control everything. When you look at who owns these companies and what they're doing, they are in charge of what you can and cannot see. There is no freedom of speech under their ruling, which is why Elon Musk's buyout of Twitter was truly one of the greatest things that ever happened for our humanity, for our world. We're able now to freely express our thoughts and opinions, share the truth, not only from one side, but from the other side as well. And I truly believe that this is another try to get to Elon Musk eventually, because his platform is the scariest to them out of all of them. They cannot suppress information on Twitter. They cannot scare Elon Musk, despite the fact that he is truly a genius and is an amazing person for everything that he did for all of us, even if people may not know that, which they should. But some people do not have enough brain cells, especially from the left. They think it's a censorship platform because he fired on the non-existent woke employees. I think that the TikTok ban is just a start. I think they want to get to Twitter, to Elon Musk, to get rid of the platform, because Twitter has exposed all of their lies, and every day more and more people are waking up to the truth that is being told on Twitter. People are not censored and they're not being suspended comparing to what they used to be before Elon Musk bought Twitter. So I really think this is a step in that direction, where first they ban and get rid of TikTok, and then they're going to come for Twitter, because that is their biggest threat. The biggest threat to free speech and sharing truth and spreading real information is the threat to the woke left democratic narrative. Truth be told, I am not a fan of TikTok, and I do not have TikTok. The reason for that is because I see young girls, and I mean young girls, not even teenagers, in grocery stores and in public dancing to dances made by some girls in California that got popular on the app. But I am for the freedom of free speech and expression, and I do not believe that banning an app that people have used for years under threat of national security, when you are not protecting your nation at all from any country or anything that is coming in here externally, a good reason to ban the app. That is why I believed that this is all a hidden agenda. I do believe they want to come for Twitter, they want to come from Elon Musk, and this is just the first step. I do not understand how anyone could listen to them saying that it's a national threat and would believe it, considering the fact that the Chinese are buying out so much farmland and companies within this country coming across our border, having a Chinese spy balloon coming across America, and you say that TikTok is a national threat because it's spying on people. Meanwhile, companies like Facebook and Google have been doing that for years. The same with Amazon. All of people's Alexas, they're all listening to you. All of your remotes that you have for your television are listening to what you say. This isn't propaganda. This is the truth. And I think that people really need to wake up to see the fact that they want to censor you. It's getting so close to the election that they want to control everything. This is exactly what happened in the 2020 election, where they suppressed all information from Google. When you were typing to read something, it only pushed the agenda from the woke left, never anything from the right. And moreover, to add to that, people were all being censored and suppressed with information. People who are woke, they don't care because they don't even see how important free speech is, despite the fact we don't really have it anymore. But this is another push to be able to block that. I think people need to wake up. They really need to research what national security is with China, with everything we've allowed them to do, with especially even producing everything in China to be cheap for companies to make a profit. And then they're going to talk about climate change and saying that we're polluting the planet. The population needs to be depopulated. There's too many people on the planet, despite the fact that they're purchasing everything from China that is cheaply made instead of making it in other countries or in the US directly. This bill passed in the House this past Wednesday, and now we'll be moving forward to the Senate. We will see what will happen next. If the app will be banned, it is quote unquote for national security purposes, despite the fact that we know that is not the reason. The reason is to again interfere with the election, suppress information, and censor information that the woke left does not like. It doesn't fit their agenda of brainwashing people and controlling everything. I will, of course, keep you updated, and we will see what will be next with Twitter. Again, I thank Elon Musk for buying Twitter. I think this is one of the greatest things anyone could have ever done to save our humanity, because it exposed the truth, it exposed the lies and the censorship. And I really hope that people will understand how important it is to get accurate and true information, not the information that is censored, that is pushed by the woke left narrative and the freedom of speech that is taken away from us. As always, thank you so much for watching. May God bless you. May God bless America. And I'll see you in my next episode.